Right, I just want to do a quick vid about a Miss Pac Man Arcade1up mod that I did with a Raspberry Pi 3B Plus. This is the a light up marquee. It's not lit. I'm going to turn everything on in a second. I bought this off of a, I think it's arcade1up.com. I'm not sure. It's one of these sites. You just type in Google Miss Pac Man light up marquee. It'll show up. When you order it, it'll come with one piece of plexi. Go ahead and order an extra piece of plexi. Take the graphic that it's got and sandwich it in between the two pieces of plexi, and then you'll come out with a better deal here. I redid all the buttons. These are light up LEDs going around, and the reason there's extra ones, when you get the Miss Pac-Man, it's got the joystick and it's got a start button here. If you picture everything regarding a Super Nintendo controller, you want to have your A and your B here, and then this is going to be your X and Y. These are my start buttons, player 1, player 2. Obviously, they're marked from the original deck. And then the select button is this red button here. That's your coins, that's your credits. Whenever you get in the game, you hit that, it gives you credits in your MAME, your modulated games from the classic arcade genre. And then I did the graphics too. Like you see the front, I got this graphics kit. I have a riser as well. And the riser continues on with the same graphics, and it also has little ghost men that are chasing Miss Pac-Man on it as well. I just don't have the riser in this video because it takes a little too much room. Anyway, coming around to the back, you can see I just drilled some holes, installed these two-way speakers. They're like 180 watts. They're pretty loud if you put enough power to them. But what I really have is just this. It's like a little 20-watt amp. It's got your treble, bass, and volume controls. The one thing I don't like about this one is usually I get a Kenter. This is like an off-brand. It has LED lights that change the colors. That LED, whenever it lights up, you can hear a slight buzzing noise in the speakers. So that LED is like, it's got some interference going on. The front panel is turned around. These are the games that came with Galaxian, Pac-Mania, Miss Pac-Man. Got tons of Pac-Mans on this. This here is the Raspberry Pi 3B Plus, and the SD card has roughly 5,000 or 6,000 games on it. 2,000 or 2,100 of which are classic arcade games, late 70s, 80s, and early 90s. This monitor is not a stock Arcade1up. This is the Phoenix by Unico. It's a 17-inch arcade monitor. You can go on Amazon and get one. They're about $200. You don't have to use a video converter board to convert the signal from LCD or from a VGA to HDMI. This already has the HDMI input right here. It's got your power right there. It runs off a 12 volt, and it's got a controller board here as well. This is the wire from the factory speakers. I just got it out of the way. Just double-sided tape it to the back of the monitor just to get it not from hanging, keep it from hanging in my face when I'm working on something. But as you can see, everything's tied into one power strip. Everything is double-sided taped, won't move, solid. And then we'll go ahead and fire it up, actually. If I can find the power. There we go. There's the power switch amongst the crap. Turn that on, and I come around to the front. The marquee is lighting, obviously. There go the buttons. Yeah, it's gonna boot up, and it's got these little splash screens that are pre-installed by the people that did my SD card. Another one I ordered off of Amazon. And you can see it's got I had to rotate the Pi to accommodate the vertical screen, which is that simple command in your config.txt file. It's going to be sudo space nano space /boot /config.txt, and then you get in your config file, and then you can rotate the display. And you're going to use it. You're going to rotate it by 3. Some people say, "Oh, rotate 1." No, you're going to rotate _display equals 3. That's a Linux command. That's how the Raspberry Pi runs off Linux. This is Emulation Station. This is the emulator that this particular card is using to run all the main games. And we go into my favorites list, and you can see here's a few of my favorites. You got Burger Time, Dig Dug, Galaga, Speed Hack, which is dope. Miss Pac Man, Pac Man Plus, and then I got the Simpsons on here too, and I also have this other machine, the Simpsons, that I just got that I'm going to modify as well, but I'll get to that later. But yeah, dude, we'll just go right in here to my Sanwa, go down here to Miss Pac Man, and go into the game. There is, in this control deck, there is a, the focus is way off. Okay, in the control deck, there is another select button that's inside. It's a dummy button that's just used for player 2. There's also another Sanwa joystick inside the control deck, facing down, with the metal bar pointing downward. Drilled a hole through the control deck so you can put it in there. Use double-sided tape, push it down, and then the bottom of it sticks out of the bottom of the control deck, but you can't see that unless I go over here and show you. You see that metal bar hanging out at the bottom of the control? That's the other joystick. That is, you have to kind of trick out the computer and make it think that there's actually 2 joysticks when in actuality there's not. And when you go to play Miss Pac Man, it will automatically just revert back to joystick 1 when you're doing either player. So I'll just show you real quick. There's 1 credit, and then there's 2 credits, and then we'll go ahead and hit player 2 player game, and you can see I've got 2 up and 1 up. I'm gonna go ahead and kill myself if I can. There we go. So then that's 1 up, and you can see it goes over to the 2 up using the same joystick. I'm trying to watch the phone and watch myself at the same time. It's a little difficult. All right, but there's that, okay? And you want to get out of the game, obviously. We're going to hit select and start at the same time. And then we get out of the games. Those are my favorites. But then we go over to Arcade. I'm going to back out. Yeah, Arcade, 2,075 games. Got Atari 648. Atari 7800. There's only 58 games. That system sucks anyway. Who cares? Dreamcast blows. Master System rocks, good. Nintendo 64, that's cool, but the 3B Plus doesn't run it fast enough. You need a Raspberry Pi 4 for that. Neo Geo games work great. This is just administrative stuff. Okay, then we got PlayStation Portable, PlayStation, RetroPie. That's your settings. Sega 32X. SFC is like Sega or Super Famicom system. That's a Japanese Nintendo. That's what that is. The Japanese Nintendo. They call it Super Famicom system. Sega 1000. And we have Super Nintendo games. 788 games available. TurboGrafx, Vectrex, Virtual Boy, all games. Okay, yeah, 4,818. That's what the total is on here. But yeah, there's the light up marquee. Looks pretty cool. It even it's got the Bally midway. That's totally original looking. And then we're gonna come over here, and this is my current project that I'm doing. It's a Simpsons, and what I'm gonna do, because it has the trackball, and the game that comes with this is Simpsons Bowling. It totally sucks. So if an awesome trackball game, the best one I think is Golden Tee. So with the Raspberry Pi 4 here. It's in a case right now, but you can see the circuit board. There it is, the bottom of it. And you can see the SD card right there, right below my thumb. This one's got a bigger one. This one's got about 11,000 games on it. And this one is set up for horizontal, okay? And so I actually have another one of those monitors that I could put in here, but I want to save it because I know that this converter board here is good. I've done a horizontal one in the past. So there's the converter board for that. Then, as you can see, I have all these Sanwas lined up to replace all the crappy joysticks. You could just, honestly, you can feel the difference between when you click that and then when you go on the system that it comes with and click that. That's what you, I will show you really fast. There we go. This is the junk it comes with. Okay, this is a joystick that I took out of a different machine. But as you can see, all the wires are separate. You have to, if you were to hook this up to a USB encoder, it would take some finagling, and when you're done, this joystick is just not going to last. This is a no-name Chinese piece of shit, really. And this is your that's like your controller board for the original game. You can see everything plugs in there, all your stuff, but it's junk, dude. That's what I throw away right there when I do these. And then as far as the buttons are concerned, this is what I've noticed on this machine. These buttons are laid out very weird. And as I said, you have to always keep in mind when you're doing your button layout, you always have to keep in mind a Super Nintendo controller. And so you can see here we have A, B. All right, these two buttons here, attack and jump for Simpsons, is going to be A and B. Then what I'm going to do up here is this one player, that's going to be my start button. Now up here, I still need to configure my select and my Y and X. Well, it just so happens that we have the headphone jack, which is not going to be used anymore. I'll drill that out and put in my my Y button, or my, actually I'm going to do X one, and then drill out the on-off, and then do the Y there. Same thing here, X and Y. So I'll get rid of the Wi-Fi button and the volume. That's going to be X and Y for player 3 controls. And then player 4 controls, the X and Y is going to have to be something like this. It's going to go here, and then maybe drill another hole here. I don't want to mess the graphics up where it says attack and jump. I don't want to mess those words up. I want to keep it all like that. Then for my select, come around here to the front of the cab. As you can see, like, this is a green LED button. What I'm going to do is I'm going to drill a hole here and then put my buttons right here. That green for green. And then over here, you know, like, got red. But the red, instead of doing it on the front of the cab, I'm going to do it at the angle on the corner here. So that's all my buttons. The A, B, X, Y, select and start. The select will be, that's your hotkey when you're doing a Raspberry Pi conversion. And that is your coin, that is your credit. So when you want to play player 1, you're just going to push this. It'll give you a credit on the game. You play Simpsons. What's cool about this, it's 4-player. It's going to play NBA Jam perfectly. That's the first cab I ever did, actually, was the NBA Jam. But this one's going to be better. It's going to have 2 games highlighted. This area here, where you normally would have a panel, I'm going to put I ordered a marquee from Arcade1up. There's the Golden Tee marquee. So the Golden Tee marquee will be here. And then down here will be the panel. I got these other graphics ordered that have Caddyshack graphics. It is so sweet. And the Caddyshack graphics also go on the riser, because on the riser, the Simpsons has a riser with it, and it's got blue paint just on the side like this. So I'm not touching the side, but on the front, it's black. The whole front of the machine is black. So that's what I'm going to do. Golden Tee marquee, Caddyshack graphics on the front plate. And then on the riser is going to be more Caddyshack graphics. But yeah, there's the Miss Pac Man still over there. I just love the looks of these things, and they do take me back to my childhood. When I play these, I remember days at putt golfing games wasting endless hours and dollars just pumping these machines full. But I got the trackball. Oh, this is the thing. I got the trackball ordered. I went on Amazon. Retro Arcades got one. It's a 3-inch trackball, and it's translucent, and it changes colors from red, green, to blue. So I'm going to do that. And the problem is, how do I hook the trackball to the USB encoder? That's a good question. And I believe I have it figured out in my head. I'm not going to really talk about it right now. In the next video, I'm going to do the complete Simpsons mod. I'll show you how to do everything. But I got an idea of how to do that, and so it should work. Generally, my ideas work on these things, hopefully. All right, but yeah, dude, that's it, man. Miss Pac Man with the Raspberry Pi 3B Plus. There's those LEDs going. When those LEDs are going like that, they put a little bit of buzz into the speakers. I hate it, but we'll go here again to my favorites list. Go in here, and we'll just go here to Pac Man Plus. Love this game. It's a good game. But yeah, dude, that's it. I just wanted to show you guys really quickly. If you guys have any questions, feel free to send me a message on YouTube. Check out my other YouTube videos. I got a pretty sweet system of the NES Punch Out that I did. All right, peace.